Hey guys, it's Ross675 back with another video. So today we're going to be installing the new starter on the race mower because it came in last night. It's real nice and shiny. It's heavy too. These starters are really heavy. I don't know why, they just are. But anyway, I'm just going to do a little instructional video on how to install a Kohler starter if you've never done it before. So let me get y'all set up. So first what you're going to need is a 13mm to disconnect the battery cable. And on these, the battery cable is hot all the time, so do not let it touch. It can touch the frame, just not an unpainted part of the frame. Just make sure it doesn't touch a rusty spot on the frame or something. Make sure don't let it touch the frame. Then you'll pull the trigger wire off right here, this blue wire. Well, yours might be different color. You'll see this on a spade. And now, what we have to do, you're gonna need an 8mm to undo this dipstick tube. Alright, got that. There's the bolt. And then now we're gonna need a 10mm. Oh, and the nut for the holding the battery cable on was 13mm. And now we're gonna need a 10mm to undo the two starter bolts holding it on. And depending on how rusted they are, it might take a 3/8 ratchet, but I'm using 1/4 inch. So. That one's loose. That one's loose. Let me try to get out of the way so I can show you. There's one bolt. And there's the other bolt. They're the same lengths, so you don't have to worry about getting them mixed up. And now, here's the starter. Now, there's nothing wrong with the starter part. There's just the solenoid went out. It won't engage it anymore. So, in the future, I might just buy a new solenoid and have a spare starter, because this is the original one, I think. Yeah, it's Kohler engines. So, we'll see what we can do about that. Down there. Now, we got the new one. First, let's compare them, make sure they're the same. They look identical to me. So we're gonna run with it. Nope. We're gonna take our 3/8 bolt without the tab on it, and we're gonna put it under here. We're gonna start threading it into the block. Start it with your fingers first, so you don't cross thread it. And now get the other one, and start it with your fingers also. Now that this is started with your fingers, you'll tighten them up with a ratchet. Alright, now, you gotta make sure you snug them up real good, you know, they're tight. Make sure the starter don't fall off. Now, we can put that 8mm bolt back in for the dipstick, to hold the dipstick tube in. Alright, there, dipstick's held in good. And going over, all we gotta do is hook the starter cable. Well, first, I guess we'll put the spade on for the trigger wire, and then we'll put the starter wire on, and then put the nut on, and then we'll tighten that up, and that should be the starter replaced, I think. Alright, got that on. Alright, so theoretically it should start now. Hopefully. We're gonna see though. All right, let's see what she'll do. Nothing. Nice. So I came to the conclusion that the starter went out, and then after I placed the starter, somehow the button stopped working. Because when I was troubleshooting the starter, the button was working. I swear, I checked it with the voltmeter and everything. When I pressed the button, it was getting power to trigger wire. So I don't know what's happened, but if I want to start it, I just got to touch them two together and it'll start. So that's what I'll do. So I'll fire it up for y'all. Let me pull this wire off. Y'all ready? There it is. It's running again. We're gonna get a new starter button since that one don't work. Now I gotta put the tools up real quick and I'll be right back with y'all. Hey guys, I'm back. So we're just gonna take this old starter and I'm gonna put it in the box the new starter came in. But we're not gonna throw it away. We're gonna keep it as a spec because the starter part still works. It's just the solenoid that went bad. So I might get a new solenoid for it in the future if I feel like it, but not right now. But anyway, we're about to do a last ride on the racing mower because, well, it's not the last ride. It's just the final ride before we tear the engine down. If you'll remember from like a couple videos back, I said we were doing a secret performance mod and told y'all to guess in the comments what it was. I'm not gonna tell y'all right now, but y'all just gotta guess. Anyway, it smokes too much. It fouls out the spark plugs because of carbon buildup and it'll start running on one cylinder. And I'm tired of it, so I'm just gonna tear the engine down completely, check everything, if anything's worn out, put new stuff in there, and then put a performance mod in it just to get a little more power, you know. But anyway, we're about to do the last ride on the race mower, so let's get it. Let me just pull the thing so I can start it with a screwdriver. Fire. I'm gonna take this with me in case it shuts off. All right, here we go. Reverse. There it is. That's first. Second. Third. Alright guys, well, that was the last racing mower ride before we tear the engine down. Well, this is Raw 675. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video where we're going to be tearing down the engine. So I'll see y'all later.